Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So while I try to figure out my glue bottle, because obviously at the beginning of this video my glue was not trying to work because this glue bottle was so old. I recently got some new ones though, so thumbs up for that. But today's video is going to be about this half up half down crimped style with just a nice little thin fringe wispy bang. Actually, it's not really fringe because it was kind of straight across, but just a thin wispy bang. So I'm going to start off with my client already capped down, and I'm just going to be taking my rat tail, well, not my rat tail comb, this is my edge control brush, but it has like the metal end, and I just dip that into the glue and smooth the glue onto my client's hairline. Now I just went in with 3 layers of that. I have multiple videos like showing me doing that, so I didn't know if you guys wanted to just literally watch me do that repetitively. If you guys do, let me know in the comments below. But I went in with 3 layers of that, and now I'm taking my client's wig and I'm just going to lay it down right in front of where that glue stops, just to give myself a little more room so that we can make sure we don't have any glue in front of the lace. And you always want to make sure you have your clients or yourself, like after you glue down that wig, hold it down just so you can make sure it's secure and it's going to stay in place and not tend to pull back. So while she holds that down, I'm going to go ahead and take the teeth of my comb to just go ahead and smooth that in with the teeth of the comb. What this does is it just makes sure that the lace is laying down into the glue, and is making sure also that the hair is not being pushed down into the glue where the hair can get stuck through the lace. So to just further go in and make this hairline look a little bit more custom to my client, I went in and plucked a little more on the head. I didn't necessarily have to do this part because she is getting a bang, so like the hairline won't show, but I just did it for my own comfort. And afterwards, I'm going to go in with my scissors and just cut off the excess lace. After we have that excess lace cut off, we're going to go in with our comb and just put some glue under those pieces that are lifted up so we can make sure none of this lace is lifted and everything is perfectly melted, period. Now that we got the boring stuff out of the way, let's get to the styling. So I'm just going to start off by pulling out some baby hairs, and I'm just going to be using my hairspray to just kind of divide that so I can make sure there's like a something to keep those apart, because sometimes the hair can fall back. So I always like to spray it with some type of hairspray or something like that, just to make sure we're keeping those baby hairs separate from the actual style, especially since we're going to be pulling it up into a ponytail. And now while my client is on the phone with the Uber Eats driver who took forever to find us with our Chick-fil-A, and I was so hungry that day, I'm just going to go ahead and part out. So I didn't pull up all of the hair. I pulled up like from like eyebrow arch to eyebrow arch and just like pulled that up, and then we left the sides down. I'm going to spray it with some of my Fantasia spritz and take my hot comb to just go ahead and smooth everything down. And I'm just smoothing it and combing it in the direction that I want my ponytail to be. This is why I literally hate doing ponytails. They take so much to make them like neat and stuff like that. Sometimes they still don't come out perfect. But after we did all that smoothing and product and stuff like that, I'm going to go in and just put this rubber band around the ponytail and wrap it around a few times, and then I just pull it to make it tight. And then I'll ask my client, if she likes where it is, unless she wants it higher or farther back, but she liked where it was. So I just went in off camera and sprayed the hair with some heat protectant and some of my spritz, and I'm taking my ion, I believe they call it a waver, but it's just like my ion crimper. I got it from Sally's, and the crimps from this crimper are always like so defined, and like I love the way they come out. So what I do is I just go like literally down the crimp, but I make sure the top of the top little wine barrel thingy is always in the place where the bottom one was, if that makes sense, just so I can make sure that the crimps are continuous, and they keep their look. And whenever I'm doing my crimps, I never like to start my crimp from directly the top. I could start it down just a little bit so that it's not big and bulky and look like it's sitting off the head. But as you guys can see, like the crimps came out super defined, and I love the way they came out. And of course, I'm just going to repeat the same thing on the ponytail as well. Now that we have those crimps out the way, I'm going to go in and I just spray my bang with some heat protectant, and I'm using my hot comb to go ahead and just flatten this down. I usually do this like off the head so I can make it super flat without fear of like burning my client's forehead or not. But originally we didn't know if she was doing it like half up, half down or not. So I ended up doing it on her head. And as you guys can see, these crimps look so like period. Like I'm just in love with them. If you guys do want a more in-depth crimping video, let me know in the comments below and I definitely will do one. I don't know like what y'all be liking to see. If y'all want to sit there and watch me crimp hair for a long time or plug for a long time or anything like that. So if y'all ever want to see something, just let me know in the comments below. So now I'm just going to go and cut the bang literally straight across. And I kept going in like a little bit just because I'm a perfectionist to just make sure everything was like really straight and it looked right. With this, since we pulled out like such a little area or amount of hair, once we do go in and flat iron it and spread it out, the bang will look more like thin and wispy. And now I'm just taking my flat irons to bump it so it could look better and it's just not so straight out and just sitting there. So I always bump my bangs kind of hard because I always end up combing them out, and two, they will like, you know, drop over time. We don't want those church bangs from back in the day when you have to sit there with a roller set. You ain't got to curl it, but you do want to bump it kind of hard so that it falls like, or you know, sits back into the face. Now onto these baby hairs. I didn't do anything extravagant, but I did just cut the excess hairs that we had left out, and I'm just lightly swooping them back into the hairstyle. I didn't do them as dramatic as I usually do my baby hairs because there's a lot going on with the bang, the crimps, the color. So I just wanted it to be really simple. I would have opted for a no baby hair look, in my opinion, if I didn't like already leave them out. And now I'm just going to go in and do my sideburns, and I'm just going to start by curling it. So when I do swoop it, I get that really swirly, swirled effect. This is the final look. If you guys enjoyed this video and you like the final look, definitely give my model a thumbs up. This model It's like my friend, and she had this wig sitting at my house for like 4 months, and she would send me a new color every freaking week. Like, let's do this, let's do this. So we finally ended up doing this, and I was so happy with the outcome. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up and a comment down below, and I will be seeing you guys next week. Let me know down below what you guys want to see. Bye.